Hello, everyone. Welcome to our very last Read Aloud. It has been so fun reading books with you this week. We have our interactive journal and our seesaw. And again, this is the teacher's journal, and you're going to be able to click the second page right here for yours, and I'll add the sentence frames for you. And remember, you can always pause the video when you need to, or pause it when we do, and then do the journal alongside us, whatever works best for you. And let's get ready to start our read aloud. But before we do that, let's make sure the video is up. There we go. The story is called Cloudette. Okay, here we go. Make sure.
Cloudette by Tom Lichtenheld. Cloudette was a cloud, a very small cloud. Usually she didn't mind being smaller than the average cloud. Here's the average cloud, and here's Cloudette. In fact, being small had lots of advantages.
Ooh, before we go to those advantages, I wanted you to stop and jot. What are some advantages of being small? What can you think of that's really great about being small? One advantage of being small is blank. Of course, you don't have to use Miss T's sentence frame. You can use any one you want, but if you're stuck, that's one way to start your sentence. Ms. Rosales, go ahead.
Okay, so I wrote, one advantage of being small is weaving by other players in basketball.
That's true, because you can fit in those small places. Awesome. Miss Yakimowicz?
I have a lot of knowledge about being small.
Do you? I have no idea why.
One of the advantages is that you are closer to cats and dogs, so you can easily pet them.
Oh.
You don't have to bend over. You can just pat, pat, pat.
Wow, I feel...
True. You don't have to reach as far. Ms. Hernandez, what do you think?
So I wrote, when you're small, you can get into small spaces where others cannot go.
That's true. So when you're small, get into small spaces where others cannot go. That's true. And there's actually lots of spaces that require small things to get into. So here we go. Let's see. What are some of those advantages?
In fact, being small had lots of advantages. She could sneak through tight spaces, hide in small places. Tee-hee, here are two birds. I can't find her anywhere. Me either, says the bird. They must be playing hide and seek. And she even had a special little space that always made her feel cozy at night. Oh, she sits on the moon where she sleeps. But once in a while, Cloudette could see all the big clouds in the distance doing all sorts of big, important cloud things. Whoa, they're making rainbows, and they're raining, and they're doing thunder and lightning. Look at that. This made her want to do big, important things too. She wanted to make a garden grow. She wanted to make a brook babble. Look, the fish is jumping out of the water. She wanted to make a waterfall fall, and she thought nothing would be more fun than giving some kids a day off from school. One night, Cloudette lay awake wondering what she could do that was big and important.
Ooh. Before we do that, I want you to stop and draw. What could Cloudette do that was big, that could be big and important? What are some things that Cloudette could do? Can you help her figure it out? So go ahead and stop and draw right here. What are some things that you think small little Cloudette could do? Now it might be helpful to think about, well, what do clouds do? What have you seen clouds do in your life? What have you read about that you know about clouds? Wow, Ms. Rosales, yes.
So give one person shade.
Ooh, give one person. I love that. There's a little cloud there. And then you draw a little person. It's true. Clouds really can give people shade, blocking out the sun. Miss Hernandez, what do you think?
I did exactly the same thing, but I added a little bit of a breeze,
Ooh, okay.
giving the girl shade, but a little breeze to cool off from the hot sun. There's my
Sure.
big hot sun.
So it looks like some breeze and shade. Awesome. Missy Kimowich?
I said a similar thing, except the person is an ant,
Oh,
giving a little ant some shade.
that's true. I love how we're thinking about the small things that are also very important. Little ant, body. There we go. Wow, our teachers are so creative. I wonder what you came up with. Let's keep going, see what's going to happen.
That was big and important. She thought maybe she could work for the fire department. Sorry, we just got a brand new pumper truck. Or maybe they needed some help down at the garden center. Sorry, these plants take tons of water. No one seemed to need her. Sorry, it's all done by machines. At the car wash. Cloudette was feeling blue. Oh. The next day, there was a big storm in her neighborhood. The sky got dark, the rain poured down, and the wind blew harder than she'd ever seen wind blow before. Whoa.
I want you to think, we're going to stop and act. What sound effect would you make if you were being blown away? The teachers, think about what sound effect you'd make if you were being blown away like a cloud.
Okay.
When you're ready, you can give me a thumbs up, and I'd love to hear your sound effect. Missy Kimowich?
I would say, ah!
That's true. It could be really fast, right? Miss Hernandez, what do you think?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I love that. That's true. I feel like I've heard that sound in movies too. Miss Rosales, what do you think?
I did the same thing with Miss Yakimowicz.
Yeah, because it's like, this is a storm. It's not just a little rain. There's thunder and lightning. Uh-oh. Let's see what happens next.
Oh, look at Cloudette. She's getting blown around. When the storm finally stopped, Cloudette realized she'd been blown far from her neighborhood. Cloudette says, "Who's this?" It's an eagle. She didn't know anyone here, and they didn't seem eager to get to know her either. Look at, she's saying hello to all these little puffs of smoke. Hello, hi, howdy, how you doing? No one's talking. But pretty soon she was making new friends and seeing things she'd never seen before. Welcome to our neck of the woods, small fry. What a cute little cumulus. Have you seen our new pal? Barely, said the bear. Then she heard something she'd never heard before. Ribbit. She looked down at what was supposed to be a pond, but it was really just a puddle of mud. And who was in the middle of it? A frog. What happened to your pond, Froggy? She asked. It's dried up, and now it's more like a puddle than a pond. This gave Cloudette an idea. More like a brainstorm, actually.
She's reading too fast. More like a brainstorm, actually. Ha ha ha. And so we're going to do a stop and jot right here, and I want you to think about, what do you think Claudette's going to do? I predict Cloudette will, and go ahead and write that in this box right here. Remember, predictions, there are no wrong predictions because it's just fun to guess what's going to happen next. But good readers think about what's happening and what's a realistic prediction that can go next in our story. Missy Kimowich, what do you think?
I said that I predict Claudette or Cloudette will give the frog some shade.
Nice. Yes, because we talked about that earlier. That's what clouds can do. Miss Hernandez?
I wrote, I predict Cloudette will call her other cloud friends to make it rain.
Ooh.
Yeah, if she can't do it herself, she can ask for help. Sometimes we do that. Characters can do that. Awesome. Miss Rosales?
So similar to Miss Hernandez, I said, I predict she will squeeze her eyes shut until she makes rain.
Ooh. Wow. So if she can't, she's just going to try her best to do what she's meant to do, right? Clouds that make rain. Let's see what she does.
More like a brainstorm, actually. She held her breath until she started to puff all over. Then she turned a nice blue-gray color. She kept growing until it looked like she was ready to burst. She shook her behind until it made a little rumbling sound. Not quite what you'd call thunder, but enough to let people know they should grab an umbrella. Then she did what she'd wanted to do
For ages. Hold on. I want us to stop and act. I want us to puff up like a cloud. What would you look like if you were to puff up like a cloud? Oh yeah, I like that with blowing our faces. So here we go. Let's see what's gonna happen.
for ages. Oh, she let it pour. Let's look at her. Oh, it's
Aw.
magnificent. And who is she pouring on? The froggy. Let's see what happens. Cloudette rained on that little puddle until it grew into a big puddle. And she kept on raining until that big puddle grew into a perfect pond. As soon as she stopped, frogs of every stripe and spot came jumping into the pond. Yippee! Wahoo! Yippee! Look at them all jumping. Wow, they look happy. They all let out a big thank you in unison. Ribbit! That's thank you in frog. Cloudette was exhausted, but happy. Nice work, Cloudy. Yeah, way to water. Prodigious precipitation, Pipsqueak. We knew you had it in you.
Oh, pause right there. I want us to pretend to be a cloud. What would you say to Cloudette right now? And we're going to go ahead and stop and drop right here. What would you say if you were a cloud watching Cloudette? And what I like to do is I like to add quotation marks when someone's saying something so we know who's talking. Miss Yakimowicz, would you like to share?
I said, way to go, Cloudy.
Ooh, I like it, giving her another nickname. Way to go, Cloudy. Awesome. Miss Hernandez, what do you think? Oh, I'm going to unmute you. Or can...
Fantastic job, Cloudette.
Ooh, fantastic job. Nice. And Miss Rosales, what do you think?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry.
Okay. You can take all the time you need.
So I said, what a crushtastic rainfall.
Nice. I love the creative language we can use. And all the clouds seem to be positive. So as long as your conversation is positive, that would probably fit in. Awesome. And let's finish the story.
Even the higher-ups were impressed, which got her thinking. I'll bet there are other big and important things a little cloud can do. And off she went. The end.
And let's go ahead and give our rating out of 5 stars again. Of course, your opinion matters, and it's okay if you didn't like the story, but we want to see what you thought. So 1 star for not so great, and 5 stars for a really great story. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 5 stars. Yay, and a paw. Awesome. And let me tell you a secret. I chose this story actually because I wanted us to remind ourselves that no matter how small we are, we can still make a difference and we are still valuable, because Cloudette was so small, and I know sometimes you might feel really small as a 1st grader, but as you become a 2nd grader, there are still things that you can contribute, and there are still ways you can make a difference. So I hope you remember that as you end your 1st grade year. We're so proud of you. Thank you for joining us in our Read Aloud. Bye.
Bye.